Back to your personal bank show with president and founder of Secure Estate Management, Ferenc Toth.
All right, everybody, we're rounding third. We're in our last segment, and we've been talking about lots of fun stuff like money. We've been talking about debt, how to reduce debt, how to capture interest rather than paying interest, how to use the Your Personal Bank tool to capture some of that interest. And we also talked about a very powerful financial success tool or key, knowing that you have access to funds for opportunities or emergencies gives you the opportunity to make more in the future, do better, and or eliminate the stress or reduce the financial stress on those emergencies in life when bad stuff happens. Have access to funds, and you want to have ready access to funds without significant penalties, taxes, or various other things that can prevent you from having access to those funds. And then on top of it all, you could have access to those funds for a while as you needed them for that opportunity or that emergency, yet not lose the compounding that you would get long term if you had just left it in there. Now, I'm going to talk about that further, how to access funds, yet maintain the ongoing power of compounding. Again, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. It's often been referred to as that. And the thing is, on any traditional type of account of any kind you can think of, any financial tool, you take money out to take advantage of an opportunity or pay for a bill or expense or an emergency, you lose the effect of compounding. And remember, compounding goes 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, and so on. You don't want to be going from 4 to 8 and lose that compounding effect. So I mentioned there's three options in terms of what type of financial tool we use as far as the insurance tools go. There's fixed, there's index, there's leveraging. They all have the right place for the right fit. Oh, and you know what? I got to back up a sec. This is one of my pet peeves. You hear this a lot out there where somebody will say this is bad or that financial tool is bad. Here's the thing that you really need to understand. What you're hearing is that person's bias. For them, it might be bad. The thing is, all these financial tools that exist, and I'm talking about all of them across the board in terms of the entire financial universe, are designed for specific purposes. Now, granted, there's better versions than others. There's different companies that offer them. There's competition. We all know that you can get different quality tools. If you buy a hammer, you can buy a really high-end, nice, professional hammer. You can get a basic one. Okay, we all know that. But the reality is the hammer is designed to drive nails. It's that simple. But here's the thing about financial tools, and particularly in the insurance world. There's two ways to really structure, whether you take the fixed index, leverage options, whatever it may be. There's really two major ways to structure these. One is to maximize cash. And it's radio. I need you to take a second, if you could, and picture in your mind a teeter-totter. And you've got cash on one side, you've got death benefit on the other. And a lot of people, a lot of advisors, agents, and whatnot, are not aware of the range of how much this teeter-totter can change from cash to death benefit. In other words, are you trying to maximize cash, or are you trying to maximize death benefit? A tool, a product, is going to be great at one or the other, or mediocre at both. I mean, you can only cut the pie so many ways, right? There's only so many dollars to work with. So the reality is, if you're trying to maximize death benefit, that's one financial tool. If you're trying to maximize cash, that's a totally different tool. It's structured totally differently. Now, if you're trying to do both, frankly, you're going to be great at nothing and mediocre at everything. So our goal in most cases with clients is to maximize cash. Granted, sometimes folks have death benefit protection needs. They need to maximize their death benefit. And of course, we want to help them with those needs when they have those. Here's the analogy that I like to share. You can drive a pickup or you can drive a sports car. Now, they're both vehicles. They'll both get you from point A to point B. One has a potential of getting you there a whole heck of a lot faster, though, right? But the other has a different purpose. It can carry a lot of stuff. So if you're trying to move, do you want a sports car? Not very efficient. You see what I'm trying to say? If you're trying to get somewhere really quickly, the sports car is probably the better option. If you're trying to move, you want the truck. So my point is, which is more important to you? The question I always ask people, people start asking me questions about these contracts, these policies, and I always back up and ask the question for them is, are you trying to maximize cash or are you trying to maximize death benefit? Because there's a difference, okay? So how do you access, if you're trying to maximize cash, as the majority of our folks do, understand there's a death benefit, protection for loved ones, your business, whatever, that's important. There's a long-term care benefit in most cases, as long as you qualify, at no additional cost. That's important because the long-term care costs just keep increasing. So protecting those protection mechanism tools you want to have, we address those, but our primary focus is to maximize cash with most of our clients, and that's the focus of your personal bank. A bank wants to maximize cash, right? Now, you can grow these passively or actively. What does a passive investor do? Basically, they contribute funds that earn its interest over time. They can get consistent growth, either fixed or index options, no downside market risk, have access to funds if and when they need them, long-term care, death benefit protection, tax-favored retirement for heirs. Those are all good things. Steady, consistent. They don't have to, limited stress. Some have more potential. The index has more potential growth than the fix. The fix is more consistent than the index, which is more important to you. Those are things we talk to individually and determine which is the better fit. Okay. Do you need the sports car or do you need the pickup truck? You see what I'm saying? So that's with a passive investor. Now, I run into a lot of people that are more active investors, and those typically are your entrepreneur types, your real estate investors, all those types of folks who actively, many times use entities like corporations and LLCs, and they're actively managing, they're actively doing things to make money, okay? Even the IRS and oftentimes views them as an active investor. And what does an active investor do with a personal bank? Same thing, contribute funds or an interest over time with consistent growth, no downside market risk. But here's the big difference. Access funds for opportunities. You can access funds and still have the opportunity for the long-term growth without losing the compounding. And again, they have the long-term care, death benefit, tax favored for retirement. The key is you have the opportunity to access funds at a very low cost. Another option you can do, you can use the cash as collateral for a loan. You can go to a traditional bank, say, hey, I have this account with X amount of dollars in it, and use that as collateral for a loan. And depending on your credit and your situation and the interest rates, you can actually be earning more in your interest in your personal bank policy, more cash, than your interest on your traditional bank loan is costing you. If that's the case, you have what's called a positive arbitrage situation. You're earning more than what you're paying. So it's a positive arbitrage. That's an option. These contracts also can be sold. They have a cash value. As you build cash over time, there's a value there, and you can sell these as these contracts for cash. So again, you can access funds within it, loan it out, or sell it. For more information, contact us at yourpersonalbank.com or toll free 866-515-6280. Contact me. Love to sit down with you and share with you how this can enhance your financial future and change your financial life.
Listen next week at noon for more information on Your Personal Bank. Contact Ference at 866-515-6280 or online at yourpersonalbank.com.